What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Monday afternoon's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Another hectic week for the boys. We start off with a trip to St Mary's on Wednesday for the League Cup quarter-final, and then, of course, all roads lead to London for the game against Spurs at 4:30. A massive game in our season. In fact, another massive week in the Red season, and hopefully we can back it up with 2 wins and everything will look a lot rosier. Over the course of the next few minutes, what I'm going to do is give you some information on some targets, a contract who's been rejected, not once, not twice, but apparently 3 times, and a few other bits and pieces that hopefully will keep you informed. Tonight I will be back for the late night agenda at 8:45 as always. We do have a video coming out about 5:30, 6 o'clock as well. We sat down with David Lynch earlier on today where we went through everything that we think you guys would want to know about. So again, keep an eye out for that dropping about 6 o'clock this evening. Right, let's get stuck into it. So, Pep Lijnders has already been fired. I know, didn't last too long, did it? Pep Lijnders obviously went over Red Bull Salzburg as their head coach. Wasn't working out for him, and he has now been relieved of his duties. Probably just in time before Jurgen came in. So Jurgen probably didn't have to make that phone call, but hasn't worked out there for him. And I guess it begs the question, is he just a really good number 2, and will he make it as a senior coach himself? It doesn't look like it. He's had a couple of spells now, one in the Netherlands, one over in Austria, and neither of them worked out too well. We know what a great coach he is. We've seen his work on the training ground. We've seen how helpful he was to Jurgen. But is he going to be just the good number 2? Or can he make it as a head coach? Would love to know your thoughts on that in the comment section. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're often asked, what is it going to take to get to 90 points this season, if indeed anybody can get to 90 points. So, for Liverpool, well, we've got 36 points at the minute, so what we need is 54, or 69, we need 54 points out of the 69 available, which is an average of 2.3 points per game. Chelsea, if they're currently sitting on 34 points, they need 56 of 66 points, so an average of 2.54 points per game. Arsenal, you know, the ones who were supposed to be the big title contenders this season, not us and Chelsea, it's supposed to be Arsenal and Man City. Well, they're on 30 points at the minute, and they need an incredible 60 points out of 66, so 2.7 points per game, which they are quite simply not going to get. So I'm not saying they won't, well, I am saying they won't get back into a title race properly, but they're not getting near 90 points. Manchester City, well, it just gets into the ridiculous now. They're currently on 27 points. They would need to basically be perfect. They would need 63 points from 66, so only allowing 1 loss there for the whole rest of the campaign, and they would need to average 2.9 points per game out of a possible 3 points. That just simply isn't happening. But Opta, let's look a little bit at that, shall we? They have Liverpool as favourites at 81% to go and win the league title, and the next nearest to us is Arsenal 11.8, so Opta certainly reckon it's looking good. But contracts, transfers, January, some crazy stuff coming out today. The Mirror have said that Liverpool are trying to sign Mohammed Kudus in the January market. Assistant manager Johnny Heidegger worked with the Ghanaian at West Ham and Ajax. And here's what I don't understand. Why are we continuously linked with forwards? Not a centre forward in this case, so it's not somebody who'd be coming in to take Darwin Núñez's spot, but another utility forward. I just don't understand this link. We think that Mo's going to stay at the club. We'll have more on that tonight, by the way. So yeah, I really don't get this link. And also, I might have just picked a bad game, by the way, but I spent West Ham's last game watching nothing but Kudus. Didn't watch the ball, just followed Kudus around the pitch. And there was times in the game where I was saying to myself, he's just too lazy. And I know that sounds mad because he's a bundle of energy at times, but I wasn't happy with a lot of his tracking back. I wasn't happy with the work rate that I'd seen from him. So I'm unsure about Kudus. I really don't know if he is ready to make that step up to a club like Liverpool, or if the system and the way he plays at West Ham just suits him. Again, would really love your thoughts on this. And as I said, I'm open to the idea that maybe I just tune in for a bad game for Kudus, because that one, I just wasn't impressed with what I'd seen. I don't think that work rate would be enough for what Arne Slot would want in a Liverpool team. But my biggest concern of all, like I mentioned, is why are we being linked again with another forward? I mean, most of us would feel we need maybe 1 or 2 in defence, certainly a midfielder. Yeah, but loads of forward links keep coming up. So, thoughts on this one? I know a lot of people watching will be fans of Mohammed Kudus and will like the idea of him coming to Liverpool. But, again, look forward to reading your comments. Now, the biggest story, I guess, is the one that I've saved to last, and that is coming from Transfer News Live, or at Deadline Day Live if you're on X or social media. A story coming out, and I believe this comes from a Marca journalist in Spain, said Trent Alexander-Arnold has rejected 3 contract extension offers from Liverpool. 3. Now, I don't know how recent or how close these offers were. Was it one initial offer a long time ago that was nowhere near what he wanted? But you would think if you're at the point of a third offer getting put to him, the club are getting close to what they would think is, right, well, this is kind of our best situation and our best offer. And, speaking with David Lynch, and you'll get to watch this later on yourselves, I was pretty honest in saying I just don't think Trent or any right back in the world is going to be worth wages of around £300,000 a week. I just don't think there's value there for Liverpool. As much as I want Trent to stay, and I got to make it clear, I do. I just don't think in the way Arne Slot has us playing, he's a £300,000 a week player. I just do not see it, and I think the club has almost been held to ransom a little bit here with this, because let's be honest, what he's on now is probably a big wage, 200 grand a week or so for a right back. Yes, he's a local boy, but that doesn't mean you automatically get more dough. So I'm kind of at a loss with this one. They go on to say the Reds do not want to sell him in January and remain confident of a renewal. And David, again, feels confident of a renewal for Trent, but I'm a little bit gobsmacked if indeed this is true, that 3 offers have been rejected. You would hope that we're getting to best offers coming in at this point, and I guess Liverpool do have a difficult decision to make, because let's say Liverpool threw an offer of him at 270, let's say, and Trent says no. I mean, is there value in keeping him on? It's just genuine question, because under Jurgen, his influence on games was a little bit more going forward, a little bit creeping into midfield. It's a bit more defensive ability and capabilities under Arne, which could be utilised by pretty much a lot of other right backs. So is that little bit of extra that you get from the ball striking ability, the crossing, is that worth the kind of wages that Mohamed Salah had to rewrite the history books for? I'm going to say no, it isn't. As much as I do want him to stay, I think 250 would be the max that I'd be going to. The more I think about it, the more I just think it's madness. If it was Robbo on the other side, and he was even a bit younger, there's no way we'd be sitting here saying Robbo will be getting 300 grand a week or anything like it. So I want to know your thoughts on that. And as I said, we will be back tonight at 8:45 to go through it all in the late night agenda. Video with David Lynch will be coming out a little bit later on as well, so keep an eye out for that one. Some really interesting stuff in it. We talk about the Arsenal deserve to win meter as well, which is a thing. If you haven't seen it, you'll get to see that during that video. But most importantly, folks, thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support. We look forward to another great year ahead, hopefully 2025 for Liverpool and for the channel. And I will see you guys tonight at 8:45 where we'll go through it all. Thank you for watching. We'll talk soon. Bye bye.